Greetings and welcome to Pop Culture Beast's Halloween Horror Picks. I'm your host, Ryan Stockstead, and today's episode is brought to you by Rogue Division, an independent production company dedicated to exploring the expanse of new media through entertaining, story-driven content. Subscribe to their YouTube channel for comedy skits, short films, documentaries, and web series. And be sure also to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter so that you don't miss a second of the action. Today we're going to talk about a brutal, straight-to-video 90s indie film which Lurker in the Lobby, a guide to the cinema of H.P. Lovecraft, calls a solid, even near classic horror movie.
Re-Animators Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton in Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak.
Castle Freak is very loosely based upon Lovecraft's terrifying tale of suffering and loneliness, The Outsider. In that story, a miserable abhuman creature who longs for the human contact he's never experienced escapes from the only world he's ever known, a decaying and ruined castle surrounded by forest. Castle Freak borrows mere elements of the story and manages to stand alone as an original and truly horrifying film. It was produced by genre filmmaker Charles Band and his father, Albert Band, and it was directed by master horror filmmaker Stuart Gordon, who is probably best known for two other Lovecraft adaptations, Re-Animator and From Beyond. In fact, many of the talents from those films returned to do Castle Freak, including screenwriter Dennis Paoli and stars Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. The film opens in Italy, where an old woman struggles to prepare a meal of stale meat and bread. Very quickly, we realize that the food isn't for her or even for her cat. It's for the pitiable, abused prisoner she keeps chained in her dungeon. After beating the hell out of the poor creature, the old lady retires to her bedroom, where she promptly dies of a heart attack. Enter Jeffrey Combs. He plays John Riley, an American and a distant relative of the old woman. John has inherited the castle and everything in it, which, though he doesn't know it yet, also includes the Castle Freak in the basement. John has brought his family to stay in the castle while they sort out the inheritance, and we soon learn that his wife Susan, played by Barbara Crampton, blames him for the death of their only son. It seems that John had been driving drunk and crashed their car, killing the child and blinding their teenage daughter. It's been 9 months, and Susan refuses to forgive him.
You were the one who was driving that car, drunk! You blinded Becky, you killed our son!
So what's left? You just punishing me?
Yes, because God didn't. He just let you walk away without a scratch.
What do you want me to do? I wish I could go back. I wish it had been me.
Oh, so do I.
Jessica Dollarhide plays the blind daughter, Rebecca. While chasing after a cat, she accidentally wanders into the dungeon. Not being able to see, she's unaware of the near-dead prisoner chained to the wall, or that the sight of her has awakened in him the motivation to escape.
Hello? Anybody there? Not just you, you stupid cat. Anybody there? Come here, here, kitty.
Once the poor thing breaks free, no one in the castle is safe. Terrified, confused, but filled with the most primal emotions of lust and anger, this monster embodies one of my favorite kinds of horror movie villains, the sympathetic monster. Like Frankenstein, King Kong, or even Norman Bates, it's easy to feel bad for the castle freak, whose name we eventually learn is Giorgio. Imprisoned and abused by his cruel and sadistic mother since boyhood, this monster is both pitiable and terrifying.
Who's there? Who are you? I know you're there!
Jonathan Fuller plays the castle freak wonderfully, accompanied by impressive full-body makeup effects by the team at Optic Nerve Studios. Contrary to rumor, the castle freak does not tear off his own penis. But genital mutilation does occur in this movie. First, it's highly implied that Giorgio's penis, as well as his tongue, was removed at some point by his abusive mother. Second, without being too specific, Giorgio does terrible things to a prostitute who is unfortunate enough to find herself lost in the castle's sublevels. Ladies of the audience, take note. This movie will likely make you squirm.
Oh, Dio mio.
Castle Freak is notable as an extreme and bloody horror film that doesn't shy away from graphic depictions of violence and depravity. But it's also a smart movie with a tight script, interesting characters, and an engaging concept. It's worth noting that Castle Freak was filmed in the same location in Italy as another Stuart Gordon favorite of mine, The Pit and the Pendulum. And in fact, the two would make an excellent double feature. Or pair Castle Freak with Re-Animator or From Beyond. Either way, you'll have a great lineup for your Halloween movie night.
Susan! I didn't do this! I swear, I need your help. Please! I don't know him! I need your help! I'm innocent! I didn't do it! Please!
Castle Freak has far too many releases to list here, but I definitely recommend the DVD that Full Moon put out back in 1997. That's the version that I have, and while the picture quality is not great, it's reportedly not great in any of the releases. Here we get an open matte full screen image, but most importantly, the movie itself is uncensored, unlike the previous VHS release, which edited out much of the film's gore. There are also American and UK Blu-rays available, but the widescreen is accomplished simply by matting out the top and bottom of the image. And I think that picture looks too dark. Frankly, the image quality looks poor for a Blu-ray. I think the DVDs look better. You should probably investigate for yourself and decide which version you prefer before you buy.
When I get a boyfriend, I'll automatically be a special person because he won't care that I'm blind. And I'll have to judge him by what he's really like, not by what he looks like. It'll have to be love. The real thing. Mom?
Thanks to those who voted in the Viewer's Choice survey. The poll is now closed, and we're preparing the Viewer's Choice episode for next Wednesday. Be sure to come back then and find out what horror movie you, the viewers, picked for us to review. Thanks for watching Pop Culture Beast's Halloween Horror Picks. I'm your host, Ryan Stockstead. Be sure to like Halloween Horror Picks on Facebook and subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Pop Culture Beast YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. Watch horror movies. I'll see you next time.